If you talk to successful individuals in any industry, they will gladly enforce the term knowledge is power. Be it a doctor's ability to save a person's life, a lawyer's ability to keep someone out of jail, an accountant helping you minimize your taxes, a chef's secret recipe. It applies to every industry, right? So as I was thinking about this, it made me remember what I encountered over the years and how knowledge is power applies to the facilities and operations industry. When doing assessments in buildings, one of the most frustrating experiences I had was trying to get information off of a piece of equipment. Painters were never instructed to tape off the nameplate data. You know, the data similar to a vehicle's VIN number. So if I was lucky enough to carefully scrape the paint off without damaging the information, there was hope that I could possibly find the manual because now I knew what I was looking for, right? But actually what was more painful was imagine searching piles of books for hours, finally finding the operation and maintenance manual that you were looking for, and only to discover there were pages ripped out. I was young, so for the life of me, I couldn't understand why someone would be so malicious to do this. But then I saw this pattern happening in multiple sites, and it didn't stop with that. About 10 years ago, when I started working in construction, and training videos were required as a final deliverable for the project, I said, wow, this is great. You know, once we do this, problem solved. But no. When I would give the final DVDs, and yes, DVDs, and in some cases VHS tapes, when I would give the DVDs to the managers who worked in the office, I found out that they weren't giving it to the managers in the field. So then I would make additional copies and take it to the field, only to find out that the managers in the field weren't sharing it with the guys who were working on the equipment. You see, the individuals who would rip out the pages and not wanted to share the videos wanted to be the only ones who knew how to fix and understand the systems. In layman's term, it was job security, or their form of knowledge is power. See, the successful people in our industry who are motivated, adaptable to change, and willing to learn will always be successful. And they don't have to do that. Those are the people who are willing to teach and pay it forward. The videos I create are for them, because those who want to genuinely take pride in their work is always willing to learn. The internet has changed the game for those page rippers and information stealers. People have to step up their game. We can now Google the make and model number and get electronic versions of the manuals. And with new technologies, the possibilities for providing visual training aids are endless. Videos are just a part of the solution, and they're not intended to replace the foundational knowledge you should have. They serve as a refresher for the equipment that's not being used on a daily basis. You know, think about your fire pumps, generators, automatic transfer switches. I could go on and on. But if you haven't touched those pieces of equipment in a month or two, you need a refresher. And I want the owners and managers to understand that training videos is not a nice to have feature anymore. It really is a necessity. Every industry is experiencing a higher turnover, and we need employees to get up to speed faster. Within facilities with fewer staff, there is minimal preventative maintenance happening anymore. It's turned into reactive repairs, and buildings are suffering. It's already hard to recruit people who want to work in this industry. And if you have them there already, you need to give them help and the tools that, to do their jobs effectively. Owners are wondering why their buildings are falling apart and blaming their staff. Maintenance and operations are the most expensive aspects of running a building or facility. But as costly as it is, you will lose more if you don't invest in your people. I'm sharing the reality of what actually happens in the field and how the culture can affect your bottom line, and why managers have to understand that it starts from the top and how well you prepare your field staff. People are always going to be needed in this industry. Will their roles and responsibilities change? Absolutely. But no matter who you hire, if you want them to get up to speed faster, implement the necessary protocols and you will see the return on your investment. I tell people I didn't wake up one morning and decide to do this. It's years of understanding the behavioral patterns and culture of this industry. Knowledge is power, and technology is forcing everyone to get outside of their comfort zone and to step up their game. Everything starts with the desire to learn and being able to adapt. Those traits, my friends, will open many doors where you won't have to worry about job security. And I tell people, technology is not going to take your job. Complacency will. I'm Anne Marie Bola. the owner of Enhanced Building Solutions, and my mission is to transform the training culture within the industry. And if you want to find out how we can help your facility, feel free to reach out.